Sir, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Your voice, right now it's fine, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Shall we start, sir?
Yeah, you can start, ma'am, please.
Okay, okay, sir.
Welcome, and thanks for accepting the invitation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you.
Okay, sir. Good evening to one and all. Prayer is an expansion of total faith in the present power within and around us. Let us start our today's session with a prayer sung by 3rd BCA student Ms. R. Aishwarya.
கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்தருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. எங்கும் நிறைந்தோனே எல்லையில்லாதானே எங்கேயும் எப்போதும் என் குலம் காப்பவனே. கருவாக்கி உருவாக்கி எனையாண்டு காத்திருளும் இறைவா நன்றி. வல்லமை தந்து நீயே மலர்ச்சி கொடு, என் அகத்திலும் புறத்திலும் மலர்ச்சி கொடு, மலர்ச்சி கொடு, மலர்ச்சி கொடு.
Thank you, Aishwarya. Everywhere, any group, there is a brainy. Like in my department, I have such a personality, Dr. R. Balakrishnan sir. I would like to call Dr. Balakrishnan sir to welcome the gathering. Over to you, sir.
A very good evening to one and all present here. It is my proud privilege to welcome the gathering for the second day function of online webinar series. On behalf of our department, I thank and welcome our managing trustee, correspondent madam, and secretary sir. In absentia, the management for permitting us to conduct today's online webinar series on tips on finding reputed journals to publish quality research. I deemed it great honor and privilege to welcome our principal, Dr. Sokumar sir. Welcome you, sir. And also I welcome Vice Principal, Dr. Ayappas Das, sir. Please welcome you, sir. Next, I welcome today's chief guest, Mr. J. Armugam, librarian, PhD College of Technology, for graciously and cheerful accepting our invitation. Welcome you, sir. We are eagerly looking for his address. I render my thanks and welcome to Dr. R. Dhanabalan, Head Department of Microbiology and the Star College Scheme Coordinator. Welcome you, sir. Let me extend my thanks and welcome to our Director, Dr. D.F.S. Christopher, who has always been the man of support. His presence is a moral boost for us. I welcome you, sir. Now I am happy to welcome Dr. S. Yamni, Madam, Director of Academic. Welcome you, ma'am. I welcome UG Computer Science HOD and Star Coordinator of Computer Science Department, Dr. B. Jayanti. Welcome you, ma'am. And also I welcome BCA HOD, IT HOD and MCA HODs. All are welcome you. And all the directors, heads of the various departments and my dear colleagues. My words of welcoming next to all the invitees and participants from the various colleges. Last but not least, I welcome my dearest vibrant student and research scholar of Computer Science Department. I assure that this day will be an unforgettable and memorable day for each one of us. Once again, I welcome you all. Have a pleasant day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Very few persons who likes to do things properly. Such an idealist is Mrs. K. Chitra. Now I call Chitra to speak about the chief guest.
Good evening, one and all present here. So, Mr. J. Armugam, MSc, MBA, HDCA, MA, NET, PGD HRM, PGDP MIR, PhD, is working as librarian PSG College of Technology, Coimbatore. Having experience in Tata Consultancy Services Limited, Chennai, Anna Centenary Library, Tamil Nadu Veterinary and Animal Science University, Chennai, and Indian School of Business, Hyderabad. He holds MSc in Information Science from the University of Madras. He has awarded with Dr. S.R. Ranganathan Endowment Prize and Librarian P. Kalyanasundaram Endowment Prize for the first rank in the university level. He has completed his undergraduation in St. Xavier's College, Palayamkottai, and post-graduation in Information Science and Management in University of Madras. He has published 21 journal articles and 110 conference papers in various national and international conferences and seminars. He has visited Japan in 2008 as a university nominee for the purpose of Japan East Asia Network of Exchange for Students and Youths program. So it's a university student exchange program by ICOM. Recently, he has traveled to Sri Lanka to conduct a research workshop at University of Kelaniya, Colombo. He has delivered invited talks, guest lectures, organized national seminars, conferences, and conducted several workshops on Koha, DSpace, WordPress, Drupal, and Joomla. He is a trainer for the Ramakrishna Mutt for their extensive education projects and serves as a consultant for the several college libraries, infrastructure, and its resource selection. Currently, he is holding the position of Joint Secretary for SALIS Governing Council and also the member of professional societies such as MALA and TLA. He is also the Joint Secretary of NBF, Namadu Bharadam Foundation. He is a specialized trainer for the skill development, soft skill training. His areas of interest are open source tools and techniques, information retrieval system, and content management systems. Scientometrics. He is very enthusiastic and proactive in creating information products by using the open source tools and deliberate to work in LIS software developments. He is ambitious to develop the dynamic society with the ICT skill sets. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Chitra. Research is a creation of new knowledge. When the research is fulfilled, once we publish our research work in a reputed journal. Once we plan to conduct webinar for research innovations and article writing, the person first comes in our mind is Mr. J. Armugam sir, librarian, PSG College of Technology. Now I hand over the session to the living encyclopedia of Mr. J. Armugam sir. Sir, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, ma'am. First of all, it's my privilege and my honor to be here and sharing a session on research indicators and predatory genetics. I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and I'm sharing this session again with all you people. I'm very happy for that. Directly, I will go to session now. Today's session is something interesting that I could say, because which is very much important for all of us. That is called research indicator, how to publish the articles and what are the ways to do that. In that context, the session is going to be much more interesting, and we will do some other arena to what are the ways to publish our research work. That also we are going to do that. Okay. Are you able to see my screen now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Is visible to everyone? It's fine. My slide is visible to everyone. Shall I proceed?
Yes, sir. Fine, fine, sir.
Sure, ma'am. So here I am going to talk about something called research indicator, publishing ethics. A little bit I will touch it up, and predatory journals. What are this research indicator? Why we need to concentrate on this kind of research indicator? As an academician or as a research scholar, we should have some fundamental idea about some research indicator. What are all they? That only we are going to discuss now. And my agenda is going to be like I have categorized in 3 different areas. That is called research indicator, publishing ethics, and predatory journals now. And what is this research indicator? Before talking about research indicators, I want to go some fundamental idea about the quality of your publications. Why we need to talk about quality of publication? Many of us are publishing n number of articles, but whether it is getting cited and whether it is getting recognized, there are so many accreditation bodies are coming right now. There are so many people are evaluating our research work and our what are the work we have done for our academic activity. There are so many parameters to evaluate, but we should understand how it is getting evaluated, how the quality of our publication is measured. For example, the quantity and the quality of a research publication of an institution and individual can be measured by the following thing called number of value of grants awarded, and if I am applying for any project from DST or DBT, so they are immediately they're asking for what is the publication, and that is a basic criteria people are looking for, and whether what is the impact factor of your publication, whether it is done in the right journal or not, what are the awards received by the particular individual or the institution in order to provide the project for them, and a number of patents filed by the particular individual as well as the institution. These are all getting accounted when they want to give a project to any of the individual as well as for the institution. The quality of publications can be measured in the various ideology like your number of publications, number of citations, impact factor, H index, and J index. What are all they? Before going for publication, I should have some sort of idea about my value of my publication, how I am going to increase the value of my publication. Citations are a very important thing, right? So citation are the references given at the end of the research paper to the papers referred. The researchers use citations in scholarly work to establish link to other work or other researchers. The main objective of the citation analysis are to study the citations received by articles, journals, authors, and institutions. You may ask me, sir, why people do cite? Is there any basic requirement for that? Yes. Even for any basic example, you take it from our earlier studies. Isaac Newton has come out with the various laws. How did he derive that kind of law? Without any background, has he developed the concept or definition? Is it possible? If you say yes, then you have to think about the number of Nobel laureates from our country. You can claim that, sir, I have done my research work. My research work is novel. I am doing a pure research work. Then your research work should be recognized, and that is recognized in terms of any prizes, awards, or funding, or from any funding agencies. If it is happening, that's true. If not, then we need to think about why our work is not getting cited because of several criteria. Why people do cite our article and why I need to cite. First thing, I have to pay homage or give credit to the pioneer in order to identifying a methodology or not to provide background of reading, authenticating data or reproducing of work, correcting or criticizing or disclaiming someone's work or opinion. I have to give a proper citation. If I miss that, what will happen? My IM comes under the panel of violating publishing ethics in terms of there is a hot keyword which is now talking about is plagiarism. Plagiarism, one of the hot topic which comes under violation of publishing ethics, but there are so many other keywords are there which need to be discussed in the publishing ethics. Okay. Are you able to change the slides now? It's fine, right? Participants?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sure. Because I want to get some sort of response from your side. Otherwise, I can't say that it's going like that. So I'm going to talk about the research indicators here. The research indicators aims to quantify and monitor the importance of published research. I am going to categorize in 3 different ways. One is called citation metrics, other one is called alt metrics, and third one is called responsible metrics. What is the citation metrics? What it will do? It's nothing but I am publishing a good article, I am writing a good article as per my own perception, but I don't know where to publish. There are mushrooming of journals are lying in that are all comes under the category of fake journals or predatory journals. And today the journal name was there in UGC CAS. Tomorrow the journal has been removed. I don't know how to publish that because of the irrelevance of index journal list. UGC CAS every month they are reviewing the journal list title of journal list and they are removing that. I don't know whether I have to proceed with that or not. So this is the solution for you. You can identify the right source for your publication by journal citation report provided by Clarivate Analytics. Earlier, it was done by Thomson and Reuters, but now it is taken over by Clarivate Analytics. Journal citation report is an open access, freely accessible report, which is released in every year in the month of June. So by giving a single search, you are able to identify for your particular domain or particular subject what are all the journals are available for publishing your articles and publishing your work. And Scopus is the other product by Elsevier. They are running a platform called SciMago Journal Ranking. It's again an open access platform. You are able to publish your work by identifying a good journal source by the source called SciMago Journal Ranking. It's again free. And third thing is something interesting called Google Scholar. Google Scholar is providing a data called Publish or Perish. We are all very much aware of Google Scholar only for creating the academic profile, but Google Scholar is also able to tell you what are all the list of sources of journals which is useful for your domain based on the total citation received in the overall internet medium. By using that also you are able to calculate the number of journals which are all getting properly cited and what is the prominent source to publish our research work. This is called scientometric or citation metric data to publish your research work. And second thing is altmetric. What is this altmetric? The name itself is very clear, alternative metrics. Is there any other alternative metrics are available to publish my research work to get proper citation? Yeah. If you are publishing your research work in the various internet medium in the name of social networks, your article is getting cited. For an example, you are publishing any of your work in blogs or reviews or comments or any social networking sites or research information systems like there are so many research information systems right now available. Take in account from Google Scholar, ResearchGate, or Academia, or any other platform called as IRINS, Indian Researchers Information Network System, or Vidwan. So your profile, your research work is getting visible over there. Obviously, you can create a very good network, and based on that review or comments given by your domain people who are on network with you, your article is getting valued. You can improve your citation. You can improve your H index. These are the ways you can look for that. Okay, and the altmetrics is other important thing. What does this altmetric will do? This altmetric is very clear. You can go with several points like even bookmarklet toolbar is available to create some sort of authentication for reviving your data value here. Okay, and third thing is like I'm going to talk about some of the useful research indicator. Okay, what are all the research indicator as a researcher or as an academician I should cover clearly? One is called H index, impact factor, FW field weight citation impact, and certain things called plum metrics. What is this plum metrics? As I already told you, there are certain things called online source of citation. You can publish your work in the online platform. By using that also you are able to cite, you are able to increase your citation value. I'll go one by one here. Impact factor. First thing, impact factor is a value derived by using Garfield in order to calculate the value of the journal. Here, this is the point I just want to clarify you. Impact factors for the journal, not for the author. Then you can ask me, then what is for the author? For author, H index is the measurement parameter. Anyone ask you, you can give my H index is some value, then they can evaluate you by the value itself. And if you say I have published my article in an impact factor journal of 0.9 or 10 like that, then they will value in which impact factor journal you have published your research work. So how to calculate this impact factor? Many of us are getting worried, sir, whether I am publishing my research work in a good impact factor journal. How to calculate this impact factor? These are all the basic worries when we talk about impact factor. I'll go with the example called calculation of impact factor for a journal called Nature. It's a lively example I just want to give you. For example, to calculate the impact factor for any journal, I need two values. One is called number of articles published and number of cited articles for the past 2 years, for the calculated 2 years. For example, here, I just want to calculate impact factor for the year 2012. So I need to take the value of the previous 2 years, like 2010 and 2011. What are the number of articles published and what are the number of articles getting cited for the past 2 years. If you do that, you are able to calculate impact factor for any journal. It can be calculated for minimum 2 years, maximum 5 years. Here you can ask me, sir, am I able to calculate for any journal impact factor? Yeah, you are able to calculate impact factor for any journal, provided you know the value of last 2 years published articles and last 2 years cited work. That's it. Okay. For an example, so this list has been derived from journal citation report here. In the journal citation report, you are able to see here Cancer Journal of Clinicology, which is a journal which is having impact factor of 153.459. Now, how this value attained? Now you are thought maybe going backward, like I have published good articles with high impact factor, it seems, but those are all we don't have this kind of impact factor. How it derived? So you are having that thought of mind now. You just imagine the 7th column, the number of articles published in the first journal is only 25. But you just take the 4th column, like the total number of citation is 13,722. So that is the value. The quality is the matter. Number of article is not a matter. They have published only 25 articles, but the citation is 13,000. That's why it is having the impact factor of 153.459. Here I just want to tell you the truth, like in India, apart from current science, no other journal is having impact factor not more than 0.05. It's for you to have a basic understanding. Sir, I have published articles with more than 5 impact factor and all. You just evaluate. You are able to find out how to calculate the impact factor right now. So you just go and evaluate. You can realize the truth. Clear? So this is the way you can calculate the impact factor. And second concept is about H index. What is this H index? H index is nothing but H index attempts to measure both the productivity and the impact of the publication work. Okay? And this is what is happening now. The index is based on the set of scientists most cited paper and the number of citations that have received in other publication. For example, I may publish some 100 articles. All my 100 articles won't receive citation. So in that context, how to calculate my H index? I am going to rank all my articles based on the total citation received. It's clear? I'm going to rank all my articles based on the total citation received. When the rank and the total citation is equal or more than that, then that is the H index. I think you're all clear. I repeat again in other terminology, at least 15 articles of mine is cited 15 times. That's why my H index is 15. someone can ask me, sir, my first one of my article has received 125 citation. Why don't you claim that my H index is 125? H index is very clear. You should have a continuous productivity, continuous performance of your work, and your work should be always cited. When it receives some sort of average, then that is the value of H index. I can, by using this graph, I can explain it clearly again. So I can plot all my citations received of all my papers here. When the citation and the count of paper H is equal to that, then that is the H index. Clear? This is the way I can calculate H index for everyone. So if you ask me, I will do in that way. So this is the division done by Eugene Goldfield again. And what is the Z index? Nowadays, this Z index is not displayed in the Google Scholar platform. They have removed it. Why? Because whenever the committee comes or any accreditation body comes, they are giving importance only to the quality, not to the quantity. But to satisfy the writers and authors in terms of quantity, they are introducing a term called G index. Leo Egg has introduced the terminology. It gives value to the quantity of publications. That's why they are mentioning, like, G index. This G index is now not at all displayed in Google Scholar also, but you can tell them I have some G index like. And this is the way you can calculate the G index. I can go to the third concept, like field weight citation impact. What is this field weight citation impact? The field weight citation impact is an article level metric provided by Scopus. It calculates a ratio of citation received relative to the expected world average for the subject field, publication type, and publication year. I will go again with an example. So in that case, I have taken one of the article published by the pioneer in the field of welding engineering. One of his article has received certain field weighted citation impact 2.15. What it means in the world level literature, one of his article has created an impact of 2.15. That is why he is having certain value in the world level publication in his domain. So in the particular domain, your article has created any impact or not can be measured by using this field weight citation impact. This also nowadays counted by the accreditation bodies. And fourth one is called Plum X metrics. What is this Plum X metrics? Plum X metrics, the article level metrics again, which are provided by Scopus and EBSCO bibliographic database, a range of indicators covering usage in terms of views and click, captures the reference manager, mentions and blog, news, comments, reviews, Wikipedia, and social media. All these value can be provided here. So in that context, you are able to see here the Plum X metrics value for the individual article by the individual. Clear? So these are the basic metrics we should understand, and these are all nowadays calculated, and it has been taken and captured by the people come for accreditation. Whenever you are performance is evaluating, these are all taking into account. So these are different kinds of metrics by Scopus. Now, I will go to the other arena called citation databases. What is the citation database? Citation details are analyzed with the help of citation indexes, a kind of bibliography database, and an index of citation between publication. There are some major citation databases I just want to list out here. One is called Web of Science, Scopus, Google Scholar, Indian Citation Index, and Engineering Village and all. I'll go one by one now. Web of Science is a database which covers around, citation database which covers around 24 databases. Science Citation Index, right now the Science Citation Index is merged with Science Citation Index Expanded. In 2020 onwards, there won't be any Science Citation Index. It is merged with Science Citation Index Expanded, and other one is called Social Science Citation Index and Arts and Humanities Citation Index, which can be searched through Web of Science. And this is formerly known as ISI Web of Knowledge. Now, earlier done by Thomson and Reuters, right now provided by Calvert Analytics. This Web of Science covers sciences, social sciences, arts, and humanities. Okay. This provides bibliographic content and tool to access, analyze, and manage the research information. This JSTR report provided by Clarivate Analytics is also freely available. As I told you earlier, you can evaluate. You want in order to check whether which journal is suitable in the Web of Science Index journal list. You can search out by the list called Journal Citation Report, which is available here. And the next citation database is Scopus. Scopus is again provided by LCR product. It's again bibliographic database. It also covers abstract and citation for academic journal article. It covers nearly 25,000 titles, over 5,000 publishers. And you can tell me like, sir, in Scopus, they have covered only engineering and technology or any other thing. No, Scopus also has some sort of very good journals on communication, arts, humanities, and everyone. But the coverage of journals in science and technology will be more. That's it. But Scopus also covers some of the good journals in arts, humanities, and management sciences, and like that. Here you may ask me a question like, sir, you're talking about the index journals in Web of Science and Scopus. What about UGC CAR list? And many of you thinking about this question. What is this UGC CAR list? UGC CAR list 1 covers association journals and university publications. UGC CAR list 2 covers 2 things. One is called Web of Science Index journal list. Second thing is Scopus Index journal list. Okay, this is about UGC CAR list 1 and 2. Okay, in UGC CAR list 1, you are able to find some print journal also. But UGC CAR list 2, that means Scopus and Web of Science, it has print plus online, sometimes online only. Okay, SciMago journal ranking is one of the freely available platform provided by Elsevier. By using this, you are able to, by giving a journal title or ISSN number or publisher name, it retrieves the data about the particular journal, which clearly tells you what is the origin of the publication of the journal, whether it covers what kind of subject area, or who is the publisher, and whether it's a journal or conference proceeding, what is the coverage period, what are the number of articles cited rate, and non-cited rate. All this can be checked by using this platform, freely available platform called SciMago journal ranking. Clear? Third thing is about Google Scholar. Many of us are using Google Scholar only for the academic profile management system or research information system. But by using Google Scholar, you are able to create and you are able to identify a very good journal source to publish your research work. It's a freely accessible academic book search engine which indexes full text journal article, technical report, thesis, books, etc., including selected web pages that are deemed to be scholarly. It ranks the full text of each article, the author, the publication in which the article appears, and how often the piece has been cited in other scholarly literature. It covers automatically and displays the individual's total citation count, H-index, and item index. I can have an example again here. I have posted here one of the pioneer scientists who is the principal scientific advisor to Prime Minister of India, Dr. C.N.R. Rao. So just think about his profile, Google Scholar profile. He is having citation of 1 lakh. His search index is 148. His item index is 1200. I think H index you are all very much familiar right now. But what is the cited index? At least 10 times the particular article cited 10 times. In that way, 1200 articles are receiving citation of 10 times minimum. So just think about that. He has written n number of articles, but 1200 articles has received a citation more than 10 times. His item index is alone 1200. His H index is 148. But we are all struggling to maintain a H index in single digit or double digit. It's a hectic task for us. But he is doing in that way. Why? Because the visibility and his research work, his novelty of his area of research, that speaks a matter here. So how many number of publications I'm doing is not a matter. So how much citation it receives, that's a matter. You can ask me here, sir, if I published all my research work in open or online, so anyone can copy my work, right? So why I need to do that? Once you publish your research work, you are not a owner for that. The publisher has to worry about that. If in order to you get a very good visibility and increase your citation for research work and to get a very good H index value for you, you have to publish your article in open access. You have to publish your article in an open medium. Then only you will be getting a good H index and good citation. No need to worry about the cut copy paste of your article by others. That is the worry of the publisher. Even you are not a owner once you publish your research work. Clear? And the third thing is third indexing database which I want to tell you is Indian Citation Index. What is Indian Citation Index? Is I launched in 2009. It covers most probably online bibliographic database containing abstract and citation references. It covers data from 2004, including all 78 plus journals in scientific, technical, medical, and social science published in India. Many of you are thinking about in India, what are journals are getting published. You can search it from here. It's some sort of, up to some extent, you can make it accessible at free of cost by using your Google credential. And this site is also having some useful thing like you can analyze the institution performance, you can compare the data, and you can analyze the journals by giving a keyword. What are the journals are listed on the particular scientific field that can be checked out here. And you can analyze the subject category wise list of journals can also be accessed here. So these are things which can be evaluated in this platform now. Okay, and ResearchGate. ResearchGate is a other academic profile management system. By using that, you can create some sort of visibility, and you can increase your research visibility, and you can create a very good RG score by using this ResearchGate platform. It is used for important thing like your domain people can be connected in a single umbrella, and you can, whenever you can have a question and you have some sort of clarification, you can put it in an open forum, and you can increase your visibility, and you can have a very good ideology about your current trends in research happening in the particular field. Okay, and ORC ID. This is something important every researcher and every academician should undergo and should analyze here. What is this ORC ID? Open Researcher and Contributor ID. This ORC ID gives researchers and authors a single unique ID which can be used across the research lifecycle. It's a non-proprietary numeric code to uniquely identify academic authors like DOI for human beings. And it integrates with Pew. You can create an ORC ID from your pure account. It allows researcher to carry out one ID with them despite changes in their name or institution to which they are affiliated, allows for disambiguation. That means sometime back you will be working with a different institution with affiliation that can be taken, all your published work can be pulled out in a single umbrella with respect to different affiliation where you work, and there may be changes in the prefix and suffix. For some of article, you may be, your initial may be first, your initial may be prefix or suffix. All this can be pulled out by using a single unique ID here. By using this ID, all the published work earlier as well as right now can be taken out, and grouping together, it can be avoided with a single unique ID as like Aadhaar. By giving a single click, you are able to get the whole information about the researcher. Nowadays, this ORC ID is more than enough to give the to know the potential of the author. So the people, those who have not created, you can create this ORC ID to have some sort of visibility. Now, and also, all the reputed publishers are nowadays asking this ORC ID. Without this ORC ID, your article won't be processed for publication. You should have a clear understanding with that. Okay, without this ORC ID, nowadays reputed publishers are not at all considering for accepting your article or receiving your article for review. Think about that. It's a 3-step process, easy process. You have to register, you can add your profile information, and you can use your profile here. Okay, this is the way you can create. This is again freely available platform to create your identification. Now I will go to the other topic called publishing ethics. What is this publishing ethics? Why I need to understand this publishing ethics? So to avoid the predatory journals, to understand about what are all the basic concepts I need to go with that, for publication, for my publications, you should understand this publishing ethics. What are all they? Disclosure of interest, acknowledgement of funding sources, image manipulation guidelines, online submission, supplemental information data sets. All these are very much important when you come to ethical issues. I have given from where the resource has been taken out. Okay. Have you seen, I don't know, this page called COPE, Committee on Publishing Ethics. What is this publishing ethics? There's a committee which has been assigned for identifying violation of publishing ethics here. They have derived certain classified parameters which are all comes under violation of publishing ethics. Redundant submission or publication, authorship, falsification of data, no informed consent, unethical research, no ethics approval, fabrication, editorial misconduct, plagiarism, undeclared competing interest, breach of confidentiality, clinical misconduct, attack on whistleblowers, reviewer misconduct, deception, failure to publish, and ethical questions. These are the basic things nowadays they have classified, which are all comes under violation of publishing ethics. We are talking about only about plagiarism actually, but it is not like that. There are so many other violation of publishing ethics parameters are there. An ethical violation happens with respect to duplicate publication or submission of research finding. It failures to inform the editor of related papers that our author has consideration on interest, unrevealed conflict of interest that could affect the interpretation of the finding, and misinterpretation of the research finding, use of selective or fraudulent data or to support a hypothesis or claim. And here you can ask me the style and language. Whenever we are writing any journal article, the major problem is my article rejection rate is very high only because of the style and language they are mentioning. Immediately they are sending like your language is not suitable for our journal article, like that they are saying. So how to overcome that? The only solution is refer to the journal's author guide for notes on style. They have clearly mentioned this is the thing you need to follow whenever you are writing an article. Some authors write their paper with a specific journal in mind. That's always good. And the same article cannot be submitted at a time in a two different journals. That truly comes under violation of publishing ethics. Others write the paper and then adapt it to fit the style of the journal they subsequently choose. So these are the style and language. Whenever we come to style and language, we need to take in consideration in our mind in this way. And if English is not your first language, find a native English speaker, do it review the content and the language of the paper before submitting it. Many of the papers are getting rejected only because of the language. That's also the parameter here. Okay. And structure of the paper. Now, what is the structure of the paper, where it is getting impacted? The scientific writing follows a rigid structure, a format developed over the hundreds of years. So what are all things should be available in the structure of the paper? Some people just will refer to the title, others may read only the title and abstract, others will read the paper for a deeper understanding. These are three different criteria, right? In that we need to consider. Here I want to tell you here, there are different components of paper. Whenever we are writing any scientific paper or social science paper, we should consider in our mind what are the components should be available in the paper. Title, author, abstract, keyword, introduction, method, result, discussion, acknowledgement, and references. So I will come one by one here. Title should clearly describe the content. You cannot use some different kind of jargons or anything, any catchy word in your title. It creates a lot of confusion whenever a user is reading your title. Don't do that. And author should given proper recognition with respect to the intellectual work done by the individual. Abstract clearly describe what was done. In the keyword column, ensure the article is correctly identified in abstracting and indexing services. In the introduction part, explain the problem, don't write the history. Many of the articles are getting rejected only and also comes under plagiarism only because of the writing history in the introduction part. Don't do that. In the introduction part, clearly explain the problem, for what purpose you are doing the study and what significance it is going to carry out and what are the impact it's going to create in the society. That you need to give here. And methodology, explain how the data were collected. In the result area, describe what was discovered. And in part of discussion, Discuss the implications of the findings. Don't repeat what is done in the analysis in the same here. In the discussion part, you should discuss the implications of the findings. In the acknowledgement part, ensures those who helped in the research are recognized. If you miss to give even any funding sponsor for the research work, that funding sponsor can claim that that is their research work. So everyone should be acknowledged properly here. The references ensure previously published work is recognized. And the appendixes area provides supplemental data for the expert or the reader. I'll come one by one here. Authors listing only include those who have made an intellectual contribution to the research, or those who will publicly defend the data and conclusion and who have approved the final version. Order the names of the author can vary from discipline to discipline. Okay, in some field the corresponding author's name appears first. Somewhere the primary author will comes first. Okay, and whenever come to the title, you have to describe the paper's content clearly and precisely, including keywords. Your title is the advertisement of your article. So don't use abbreviations or jargons in the title part. Your title should be very clear so that it will take the technical terminology to index in the search engines. This is very much important. And abstract. Briefly summarize in 150 words, often the problem, the method, and the result, and the conclusion, so that the reader can decide whether they want to read the whole article or not. Together, the title and the abstract should stand on their own. Your title may not be different and your abstract should not be totally deviated from that. Means there will be a highly questionable. So you have to be very clear. And many authors write the abstract last so that it accurately reflects the content of the paper. It's like, after the birth of the baby, we decide the names. Nowadays, we are deciding the name and then also it's happening, but this is the reverse, vice versa. And the introduction part clearly state the problem being investigated, background that explains the problem, reasons for conducting the research, and summarize the relevant research to provide the context, state how your work differs from published work, identify the questions you are answering, and explain what other findings, if any, you are challenging or extending. In the methodology part, provide the reader enough detail so that they can understand and replicate your research. And explain how you studied the problem, identify the procedures you followed, and order these chronologically wherever possible. Explain new methodology in detail, otherwise name the method and cite the previously published work. This is where we are not properly giving any acknowledgement. We want to claim that that is the methodology which is derived by me, but that is not at all possible. Anyway, you have to do some slight modification based on some background of some other literature. But you have to acknowledge properly here. Include the frequency of observation, what types of data were recorded, etc. Be precise in describing the measurements and include the errors of measurement wherever it's possible. In the result column, objectively present your findings and explain what was found and show that your new results are contributing to the body of scientific knowledge. Follow a logical sequence based on the tables and figures presenting the findings to answer the question or hypothesis. Figures should have a brief description with a ligand, providing the reader sufficient information to know how the data were produced. Clear. And this is, when we come to discussion and conclusion part, describe what your results mean in the context of what was already known about the subject. Indicate how the results relate to the expectation and how to the literature previously cited. Explain how the research has moved to the body of scientific knowledge forward. It should move forward. It should not be moved backward. Do not extend your conclusion beyond what is directly supported by your results. Avoid undue speculation. Many times it happens. Please be cautious on that. And outline the next steps of further study. References. This is where people are lacking to give a proper acknowledgement and referencing. Whenever you draw upon the previously published work, you must acknowledge the source. Any information not from your experiment and not common knowledge should be recognized by a citation. If you miss that, we need to face the issue of plagiarism. How references are presented varies considerably. Refer to notes for authors for a specific journal. Nowadays, there are so many reference management softwares are available like Mendeley, EndNote, Zotero. like that. So you can, with the help of those reference management tools, you can write the references within a fraction of time. Whatever the referencing style requested by the concerned journals, you can do that. Article submission, select your journal carefully, read the aims and scope, think about your target audience and the level of your work. The thing is, right now the trend is all our articles are getting published in multidisciplinary. We thought that in the core publishing in the core journal is not an easy thing. So I am going for multidisciplinary journal. That's where many of the journals are getting removed in UGC CAS list and Scopus index list as well as the Web of Science index list. They are reviewing the journal, quality of the journal article, and they are removing the concerned journal because of many of the articles are published in the name of multidisciplinary activities. So who will read that? I am doing research on psychology, but I am publishing that article in the mathematical journal. What is the use of that? Who will read that? Is there any relevancy into that? Without that, if you are doing like that for the paper count, you won't get any citation, right? You won't improve your H index. In order to improve all these things, try to publish your research work in the core. Then only people will read that. So whenever you are writing the article, think about your target audience first, and follow the guidelines in the notes for the authors and include everything they ask. Articles should not be submitted to more than one journal at a time. That is completely comes under violation of publishing ethics. Online submission, it's very much important right now because you don't need to wait for a long time. Many of the publishers now offer a completely electronic submission process. Article is submitted online and all the review process and procedures happens online only. It speeds up the editorial process. Okay. And after submission, what the thing you need to follow is most journal editors will make an initial decision on the paper to review or reject. Most editors appoint 2 referees. You should understand the concept of reviewing. Most journals editor will make an initial decision on a paper to review or reject. It's not accepted. Most editors appoint 2 referees. Referring speed varies tremendously between journals to journals. Some of the journal may take 3 months, some may be taking 6 months, some may be 1 year. Okay, authors should receive a decision of accept with revision or reject. If a paper is rejected, most editors will write to the explaining their decision. After rejection, authors have the opinion of submitting the paper to other journal. You have to get a proper consent, then only you can move to the other journal. And this is the overview of peer review process. Initially, your paper has to submit it. For that, you will be getting the acknowledgement or confirmation of receipt. Then the initial decision will be taken by the editor to review or reject. It is based on thoroughly based on the scope of the journal. Based on that, they will decide the review. They will assign the reviewers. The reviewers has to accept the invite. Then the reviews will be completed. Once the reviews will be completed, it will go for the final decision. They have to revise or accept or reject. That intimation will be sent to the author. Based on that, your article will be published. So this is the overall review process. It won't happen within a day. But right now, what is our idea is, today I will send a paper, I will pay money, whatever they ask, immediately my article need to be published. That is what we are thinking in our mind, but that is not correct. So that we are all thinking about the plagiarism and predatory journals, fake journals like that. I am not getting proper indexed list. I am not listed over there. All these are occurred because of this. We are not ready to wait for the proper review process. And some of the publishing tips I just want to give you right now. Editors and reviewers are looking for original and innovative research that will add to the field of study. For research-based papers, ensure that you have enough number of numbers to justify sound statistical conclusion. And for larger study, it may be better to produce one important research paper rather than a number of average incremental paper. These are the publishing tips I just want to give you. And I will go to the third part, predatory journals. Okay, this predatory journal is something interesting you should know. There are, as a recent statistics shows that around 13,000 journals are lying as a predatory journals in each and every domain. It may be shocking for you, but it's true. You can check the list from the site called beallslist.weebly.com. This list clearly tells you what are the predatory journals are lying on each and every subject. It is getting updated every day at at the time of 12 o'clock. Okay. And now you can ask, sir, is there any criteria to evaluate the predatory journal? That means fake journal. It's clear guidelines I just want to give you here. The scope of the journal is totally non-sync. For example, the journal name is called Journal of Biotechnology, but they are publishing articles on management sciences and psychology related things. So that is a total conflict of interest. So that is one of the good signs for identifying the predatory journal. The website contains spelling and grammar error. The images are distorted, fuzzy, intended to look like something they are not. And homepage language actually target the authors. By seeing the language we want to publish article with them, like that they will write, but don't get cheated over here. And they will be promoting the value of index Copernicus. Whenever you see this kind of value, you have to be very cautious. Description of the manuscript handling process is lacking, and manuscripts are requested to submit via email. Now there is a clear-cut guidelines. Whenever any publisher they want to publish your article, they will be asking through the proper online process. If anybody asking to send your article through via mail, they are the fake publishers, fake journals, and they will be promising the rapid publications also. There is no retraction policy. Information on whether how the journal content will be digitally preserved is lacking, and they will be charging very less publication charges or article processing fee. That are all the good sign of predatory journals. Okay, and the journal contact email ID will not be having a proper affiliation. For example, their mail ID will be like at Gmail, at Yahoo, at Reddit, like that. Don't believe these kind of journals. These are all called as a predatory journals. And how to identify, sir? Is there any other indexing format is available, or any other site is there to check whether this journal is a right journal or not? There is a source I just want to listing out here. Journal Citation Report, Master Journal List provided by Clarivate Analytics, and DOAJ, Directory of Open Access Journal. These are two links I just want to give you here in order to find out the value of the journal. That means whether the particular journal is a predatory journal or the right journal. And you can ask me, is there any software tool is there? Yeah, there are so many software tools, web-based tools are there. Like this is the tool which is provided by University of Illinois. By giving a title or ISS number, it will clearly tells you this journal is comes under predatory journals or it's a right journal with a prompt publisher source and all. You are able to identify. EDANS is a tool which is available for analyzing the journal. And scholarly open access.net, that means scholarlyoa.net. This also it's a very good site to critically analyze the value of the journal. Okay, scholarlyoa.net. Here I just give you some shocking information or surprising information like fake impact factor providers. There are so many fake impact factor providers are available like ISI, ISRA, Scientific Journal Impact Factor, Cosmos Impact Factor. They are using a very catchy impact factor technical terminology, quality impact factor, international impact factor, universal impact factor. So if you have come across any of these kind of fake provided impact factor list with the value of 10, 15 like that, all these are fake. Technical impact factor, global impact factor, all these are fake impact factor providers. Please be cautious on this point. And you can ask me now, is there any other verification method proposed by anyone? Yeah, Committee on Publishing Ethics has given a clear-cut instruction for all of you. DOAJ is one of the source to verify the particular journal is the predatory journal or not. Journal Online or open access scientific publication academic environment is also there. These are the sites where you can check whether this is the right source or not. Useful journal selection tools also I just want to mention here. Journal Citation Report, SciMago Journal Ranking, Cabell's Directory of Publishing Opportunity, Elsevier's Journal Finder, J Journal Author Name and Estimator, MLA Directory of Periodicals. Apart from that, all the reputed journal publishers are also providing journal suggestion tools. For example, if you go to Elsevier, they are giving Journal Finder. If you go to Springer Journal Suggester. If you go to Taylor and Francis, identify right journal. Like that, they are all having all the reputed publishers are having a source to publish your. By giving a title or by giving a keyword or by giving the abstract, they are recommending you in which journal you can publish your research work. So these are some of the useful journal selection tools I just want to recommend for you people. Okay, With this note, I will open the session for question and answers. So again, with the concluding remarks, I just thank the organizers for right time, the right topic has been chosen for establishing a very good research network and also to identify the right source of publication for their academic environment. I thank the organizers for giving me a good opportunity for me. And if possible, in the future programs, I will give you a hands-on experience. I will explain in detail with a one-day workshop like that. Thank you so much. I will open this forum for question and answers right now. Over to the organizers.
Thank you, sir. Any queries? Audience, please.
So very good evening. And,
Yes, sir.
Thank you
Yes,
very
sir.
much
Please.
thank you very much for the wonderful and nice session what you've given.
Thank you,
And
sir.
it is very clear and precise, sir. From my hand, I had only one question.
Yes, sir. Please.
Sir, if we are going to publish a quality research article, a finding of reputed journal. So probably like how long it will take a reputed journal to review the papers.
Yeah. Sir, normally the reputed publishers are taking time to 3 to 6 months. It is the minimum I am saying. Max, it will take nearly one year. For example, if you want to publish an article with Elsevier and all, Elsevier depends upon the journal value. They are taking 3 months to review. Some journals they may take 6 months to review. Some journals they will be publishing within 45 days. That is in the case of Elsevier. So that is also depends upon the publisher. But the minimum average time you can consider is 3 to 6 months.
Okay. So once we are sending a paper to one journal, we have to wait for nearly 3 or 4 months, isn't it?
Sure, sir.
So in between, is it permittable to publish the same article or the research paper to some other journal?
No, sir, they won't accept. If you do that, it will create a very big bad name on you because your article may be published dual time with a different publisher. Same article will be published in a different platform. That is not acceptable.
So no, I am not asking about publishing, sir.
Yeah.
What my doubt is like, if it is take 4 months or 5 months to review the article, and after 5 months, if they're saying that the particular article is rejected, then again we have to go for searching some other journal, isn't it?
Yeah. Sir, in order to searching for some other journal, what are the reviews they have given, you can modify and you can approach them, they will accept. Many of the case, what happens, once they are reviewing, once they give the review comments, what we will do, we were looking for some other journal. Without any, at least we have to do some sort of modification and we have to look for other journal. But what usually we used to do is, we are not ready to accept the review comments given by the concerned journal publisher. Immediately we will looking for some other journal, right? So don't do that. Try to review and send again. They will accept. That acceptance rate will be very fast. Okay, sir.
Sir, I had a question.
Yes,
fine,
sir.
sir. Fine, sir. Sir, whether the reputed journal or the quality journal, they'll be charging for publishing the paper.
Sir,
if they are
that
charging,
is based on some journals comes under open
whether they'll be
access.
charging.
For some open access journal, they will be charging. Even some journals are truly for free without taking any article processing fee. Also, they will publish your research work or publish your article. Some journals which are all comes under open access, they are also charging in the name of article processing in order to handle the computational workout. So some journals are freely available. Even highly reputed publishers are providing open access journals. For example, if you go to Scopus, in Scopus you are able to find more than 5,000 journals or comes under open access. Without paying a single penny from your pocket, you can publish journal articles. Okay, that are all available. The only thing is you have to find the right source from the relevant source which I have mentioned here. For example, go to DOAJ, directly open access journal. That will clearly tells you whether they are charging or not. And you go to SciMago journal ranking just by giving the title, or you just checking in a blind way by giving any subject keyword. That will clearly tells you what are the journals are comes under open access. That means without paying any penny. and what are all the fee based. Everything it will be listed out. Based on that, you can select the journal. Okay, sir.
Fine, sir. Fine.
Okay, sir.
Sir, whether we can rate the journal quality based on the impact factor?
Sir, they have already listed in that way only. Based on the impact factor and citation of the citation value only, they have rated the journal. You will get the list in that manner only.
Fine, sir. But some of the paid journal are having good impact factor than the non-paid reputed journal.
Yeah, yes, sir. Sir, if you talk about the fake journals, you are able, the criteria which I have mentioned, that clearly tells you, sir, how to avoid those kind of predatory journals. The same name, you can go to UGC CAS list platform. In that platform itself, nowadays they have mentioned very clearly, even in Scopus, what are the cloned journals, what are all the, they have reviewed the list by time to time, and they are removing the clone journals and also some fake journals which are all having the same name. In the journal name, they have just changed the one letter of in the any journal. That can also be easily found out and that can be removed. So don't go for any fake journal. Before publishing or before identifying the right journal, go with the prompt source to avoid the fake journal. That's what I can tell you.
Okay. So one final question.
Yes, sir.
Actually, when we are going for UGC careless journal,
Yeah.
there are plenty of journals even for computer science.
Yeah.
But once we start working for that particular journal and publishing the paper, probably the next immediate 1 or 2 months, the paper, the journal is out of the UGC CAR list.
Correct. So my simple suggestion is try to go with a good impact factor journal so that it won't be removed easily.
Okay.
That is my simple suggestion.
Okay. So to look on to the impact factor of the journal, then to publish the article.
True. That is a basic terminology you have to look for.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. I'll leave the session to ask questions.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so
from
much.
other
Yeah, yeah. Any other questions? I'm happy to. Any other participants? Any questions? Around 68 people are there. I think I expect some questions from all of you. Yes, sir.
Basically, Manivasan, basically, I'm requesting the research scholars to come out with questions.
True. It's good actually.
Mani, you proceed. Mani,
Sir, how can we volume to evaluate the reputed journal?
Sir, I'm not getting your question clear. Please.
The volumes.
Sir, actually, the in the point of
How can evaluate
don't publish any journal article in the special issue. Whenever they are mentioning as a special issue, it will not be indexed properly. So try to publish in a normal journal frequency. For example, some of the journal, if you take, they have mentioned clearly this is the frequency of quarterly or half-yearly. So try to publish in that one alone. Don't go for any special issue. Some fake providers are using a very good terminology. Your article will be, that is the particular journal is a half-yearly journal only. Yearly 2 times only it is getting published. But we are giving a 2 volumes with a special issue. Don't believe those kind of journals. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah. Any other questions?
Sir,
Yes,
one
sir.
more question from me.
I'm happy to.
In UGC, like for UGC funded project, if we are getting it and we are preparing our research work, and once we are placing the content in UGC funded project, is it permissible to publish that work in the article?
Sir, by giving the citation, you are able to. With the permission from the funding agency, you can do that. There won't be any issue at all.
Okay.
But you should get a proper consent from them. That's it.
Okay. Okay. So the funding authorities who are sanctioning, we have to get permission from them, and we can go.
You have to get a proper consent. Permission in terms of consent. That's it.
Fine, sir. Fine.
Okay. Sure, sir.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Okay, sir. Shall we wind up, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity.
Thank you. Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for your tips on finding Scopus and Web of Science journals, and for a clear view about citations, calculating impact factor, and finding fake impact factor providers. And in this moment, I would like to thank our Director Admin, Dr. Christopher, for introducing the chief guest for this webinar. And also thank for raising questions. Because of your questions, the audience have a clear view. Thank you, sir. Coordinator is a person who is responsible for organizing different things. Dr. B. Jayanti ma'am, Deputy Coordinator of our department, is such an efficient person who supports all of us for organizing webinars. Every program must come to an end. Now I hand over the session to Dr. B. Jayanti ma'am for giving the official vote of thanks. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Good evening to one and all. At the outset, I would like to thank our managing trustee, sir. My sincere thanks to our principal, sir, vice principal, sir, and our college DBT coordinator, Dhanabal, sir. Our chief guest, Arumugam, sir, has given a clear idea in finding a quality journal. Thank you, sir. Really, it's an eye-opener for us, sir. Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir. My sincere thanks to our directors, Dr. Christopher, Dr. Yamani, and HOD, Dr. Suganya, Dr. Padma Priya, and Grace ma'am. Thank you, sirs and madams. And I would like to express my thanks to Vinit sir for his support. My heartfelt thanks to Dr. Nageshwari, HOD PG, and her team for their extraordinary work in completing this session. Thanks a lot, madam. Thank you, ma'am. My sincere thanks to all directors and HODs, and special thanks to our faculty members. Once again, I thank you one and all. Thank you.
Anmol sir, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for the
And it's an honor for us, and it's an informative session too. So thank you, and I'll get back to you, sir.
Sure, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you. Meet you again. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Time permit, we have an handover hands-on training in the next sem, sir.
Sure,
Maybe February or January, sir.
Sure, it's my pleasure, ma'am. I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Let we close the session, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Audience, please fill your feedback, ma'am. It is available in the chat box now.